Hello class, welcome back. So here we have this question saying we should use logarithm table to evaluate 69.24 times 8.31. All right, so this involves logarithm table, and I know that you must have known what logarithm table is all about. Okay, now there are ways to solve this. I mean, one particular acceptable way for solving this. The other way, which I normally do, I encourage students to use, is for us to check our answers, okay? All right, so, but it is not advisable. That way is a way of using calculator. So we use calculator to check. Our calculator will give us the approximate answer, not the exact answer. So, and the calculator is not allowed in any international or standard test. When it comes to standard examination or standard test, we don't encourage calculator, but we use calculator on our individual exercise or practice. Okay, going by this, now the solution here is, first of all of these are numbers. So we're going to have number column and logarithm column. So this is it. The first number there is 69.24 followed by 8.31. Okay, now logarithm comprises the characteristic and mantissa. Okay, so how do we get the characteristic? We can get it from putting this number in standard form, or we just look at what are the whole numbers. The whole numbers here are just 2 digits. So because there are 2 digits, we subtract 1 from 2, and that will give us 1. So the characteristic here is 1. What about here? Here is the whole number part. Whole number part, we have just 1 digit, all right? So we subtract 1 from 1 and we'll be left with 0. So here will be 0 points. Okay? So we then go and look for our mantissa. The mantissa is 69 under 2 difference 4. And then when we go to our logarithm table, we'll find out that our 69 under 2, it will give us 8401. So difference 4 will give us 2. So we need to add the difference to the value. So this will give us 3 if we add together 048. So we're going to have 8403. So for the second one, we need to look for 83 under 1. And when we do that, we are going to have 9196. All right. Okay. Now, these are the logarithm values of these numbers. Okay, because we have multiplication, this involves multiplication. These are things we need to take note of. Because it involves multiplication, we need to add the logarithm values. So adding these two values means 3 plus 6 is 9, 0 plus 9 is 9, 4 plus 1, 5, this is 17. Take 1 here, that becomes 2. Already we have compressed these logarithm values into one logarithm value. Therefore, we need to come back to our number. We are already on logarithm. Therefore, to come back to our number, we then look for the anti-logarithm. Anti means against. We need to counter this logarithm in order to enable us to come back to number. So how do we find the anti-logarithm of this value? That means we need to look for 0.75 under 9 difference 9. So 0.75 under 9 will give us a 5741. So difference 9 will give us plus 12. So when we add these two together, we're going to have 3, then 5, 7, 5, 5753. So 5753. All right. This is not the end. Then we then look at this characteristic. The characteristic here is 2. So when we are moving from here to here, we subtracted 1 from all the characteristics, right? Therefore, when we are coming back, those ones we subtracted, we need to just add 1, all right? So here is 2. If we add 1 to 2, we are going to have 3. So this will then determine where we are going to fix our decimal point. So if we add 1 to here, that becomes 3. We need to count 3 places. 1, 2, 3, and put our decimal points. So this is the final answer. Then we'll go to the options. This is the right option. Also, how do we know whether we are getting it or not? we can simply use our calculator to multiply this by this. It will give us something approximately to this, not exactly this. All right. So when we do that and it's giving us something approximately to this, that shows that we know we are getting it. But if it's far away from what we've got, then it's automatically a bad process or a bad solution. Thank you for being there.